Drop a like and do share. Leave your comments and do not forget to subscribe for more videos.
What's up, guys? This is Manoj Guptani. I welcome you all on behalf of the Edipedia world. Perfect, guys. Let's mark the beginning of this wonderful presentation with the first topic of the day. Fasten up your seatbelts. We are about to take off with the first topic, and that will be: how does an investigator determine the undisclosed income when no accounts are maintained by the assessee? So, if in case where no accounts have been maintained, so you as an investigator, first of all, you should construct the accounts. Okay, you need to construct those accounts by analyzing their bank statements, their invoices, creditor statements, receipts, invoices, expenditure bills, all these things, and other available documentary evidences and data. You need to first of all construct the accounts in your own way. Number two, you need to estimate the sales. Estimation of the sales by any of the following things, like analysis of cash takings and receipt from debtors shown to have been paid into the bank. So all these things you need to analyze accordingly. You need to estimate the sales in that fashion. Number two, ascertain total purchases and then reasonably estimate the amount of sales by applying a percentage of gross profit to the purchases normally earned in a particular trade. That is again with which you can estimate some sales amount. And then adding to the amount of sales deposited in the bank an estimate of cash takings applied in payment of purchases and expenses, the amounts which are being withdrawn by the assessee for their personal expenses. Again, that is going to help you up in estimating the sales. Moving on to, after constructing the accounts and estimating the sales, you now need to prepare a cash flow statement. So a cash flow statement will be prepared by your end, showing the various receipts, incomes, loans received, and payments like business expenses, personal expenses, loans rebate, and all. So with the help of that, you need to prepare that cash flow statement. And then you need to prepare a wealth statement in order to compare the results of investigation. Then, once you prepare the wealth statement, now your prerogative should be to indicate the deficiencies. So indicate without any kind of reservation in your report any deficiencies in the data produced and the matters which are in respect of which he or she, whatever the case may be, they are not they have been able to obtain some of the satisfactory kind of explanation. So you need to indicate all those deficiencies in the data. Next will be, you need to state the extent of which he or she is in the position to accept the responsibility for the accuracy of the figures which are shown in the statement of wealth prepared by him or her. So these should be your things which need to do as an investigator. If in case the no accounts are being maintained by the company and the investigator needs to determine the undisclosed income. Number one, construction of the accounts. Number two, estimation of the sales. Number three, preparation of the cash flow statement. Number four, preparation of a wealth statement. Number five, indication of the deficiencies. And finally, number six, accepting the responsibility for the accuracy of figures. And with this, while applying all these things, you'll be able to determine the undisclosed income if in case no accounts are being maintained by the assessee. I hope you guys got the complete clarity with respect to this question as well. Shall we proceed? Perfect, guys. Let's move towards the last question of this presentation. And this question was asked in C.A Final Examination for RTP and November 2003. So the question is, what all are the important steps which are being involved while conducting the investigation on behalf of an incoming partner? So you need to understand, okay guys, there is a partner who is entering any of the business or some of the firm, and he wants to get the investigation conducted, or if in case I should say that the company is keen to get the investigation done on behalf of that incoming partner. So whether he is capable enough or not. So in any of the case, any of the two scenarios, this question has been asked in November 2003 and in various other attempts as well. This is one of the questions which is repetitively asked in C.A Final revisionary test papers as well. So number one, you need to understand one thing. What is the need? What's the need of doing that? So an incoming partner would be interested to know whether the terms which are being offered to him are reasonable, having regard to the nature of business, profit records, capital contribution, and personal capacity and capability of existing partners or not. Obviously, that is something which is predominantly the first thing which a person sees, that whether the kind of compensation, remuneration, and percentage which is being offered to him or her are reasonable enough or not. That is something which everybody looks on. Number two, whether he would be capable of deriving that continued kind of benefit by way of return on that capital and remuneration of the services, and with which he or she can justify by the general economic conditions his own personality and achievements and other considerations, whether he's able to get and provide a good flair to the company with respect to his capabilities with regarding any of the personality and achievements or not. That is the second thing. The incoming partner would also be interested to know whether the capital has to be contributed, which is likely to be contributed by him, would be safe and applied usefully or not. So again, this is something which is pretty much useful in order to evaluate for that incoming partner. He or she must understand at the very beginning. Okay, this is something extremely important. So all these things, the ones which I just discussed with you, these are the three major things with which an incoming partner would be the most interested to know about that. So number one, what are the different kind of terms that are being offered to him? Are they reasonable and fair enough and genuine one or not? Number two, whether he is capable of deriving that continued benefit by way of return on capital and remuneration of the services or not. And finally, he would be interested to know whether the capital to be contributed by him would be actually safe and applied usefully or not. So that is why this investigation with respect to on behalf of the incoming partner is extremely necessary. So that's its need. Next is consideration. So by consideration, I simply mean that the incoming partner has to take into account, number one, personal considerations. Number two, assessment of the firm's standing. Number three, what is the goodwill and integrity of other partners? You need to consider that. Number four, reputation and goodwill of the firm's products and services. If in case there is a brand, let's say Nestle. Okay, Nestle is a company. Nestle is having Maggi its product. Okay, Maggi is something which is predominantly available in each and every area of India. Okay, that's the same thing which is available as well. But currently I'm just talking about India. So what's the kind of reputation and goodwill the company is having? So many of the people are there in the world and this country who are just not aware about Nestle as a company, but they are completely aware of one of its finest products, or I should say, if not finest, but the product which is broadly recognized by the entire India. So that is Maggi. Maggi is Nestle's product. So what is the reputation and goodwill of the firm's product and services? That is very much necessary to consider. And for some of the service rendering firms, the profit and the business records, goodwill of the firm, of individual partners are relevant. So for industrial firms, the network of customers, their scatter, their size would be relevant in that case. So you need to consider all those things while you take into account or fix some of the investigation being done on behalf of the incoming partner. So now what should be the steps? Let's understand. This is the major question which is under consideration over here. What all are the important steps which are involved while conducting the investigation on behalf of the incoming partner? Step number one, history. Ascertain the history of inception and the growth of the firm. Number one. First thing comes first. What is the history of that firm that incoming partner is going to join? Number two, study the different provisions of their partnership deed. What is the composition of partner? What are their capital contribution? How drawing rights are being taken care of? What are the retirement benefits? What is the job location? Financial management, goodwill. All these things are required to be ascertained with the help of the provisions of the partnership deed. Number three, you need to scrutinize the profitability record of the firm's business over a suitable number of years, with adjustments as may be necessary for ascertaining the true track record. So you need to scrutinize the profitability record in that case. Number four, pay particular attention to the nature of partners' remuneration in relation to the nature and profitability of business, qualification and expertise of partners, and such other relevant factors. So, nature of partners' remuneration. This is the fourth step. Number five is the asset and liability position. You need to examine the asset and liability position. Let's suppose you have been invited to join in as an incoming partner, and once you entered the company, you just got to know that there are so many liabilities which are being required to be paid on behalf of the firm. So definitely it is you who is going to be usually taken as a scapegoat in this case. So you'll be the one who is actually be providing them the requisite capital to pay off their liabilities. So you need to ascertain that what is the asset and liability position of the company to determine the tangible asset backing for the partner's investment. That is something which is extremely important in that case. Then comes the position of the orders at hand. Thoroughly examine the position of orders which are in hand available, the range and quality of the clientele at which the firm is presently operating. Then comes the position in the terms of loan finance. Scrutinize the position and the terms of the loan finance to assess the usefulness and implication of overall financial position. Then you need to study the reasons of any of the negative impact. Any of the negative impact on the absence of loan funds with the company. This is something which is extremely important. You need to be aware of the same. Are the company again and again applying for some of the loans and the same are being rejected? Why? So you need to have that negative impact being done. Next will be the study of the composition and quality of key personnel. Let's suppose it's a big company, but they are running short of employees over there. There are just not people around who are sticking to that company and providing the quality stuff. So you need to examine those reasons why as to this thing is happening over there before you join in as in the position of the incoming partner. Next, contractual and legal obligations, about various important contractual and legal obligations which are going on in that company with respect to the salary, bonus, gratuity or any other benefits to the employees or other person available. Next will be ascertain the reasons of the offer of admission to the new partner. Why they are keen to have you on board as an incoming partner. Ascertain all the reasons of the offer of admission. Why? This why is extremely necessary in order to understand why you are doing auditing. So why, it's the mother of all the inventions. Why this thing happened. So then the person starts thinking accordingly. Next will be determine whether the reasons synchronize with the retirement of any senior partner or not. Let's suppose there is a partner who is just now going out of the firm. He is a senior partner and they are welcoming you to be joining in as the incoming partner. So you need to determine what are the reasons and whether the reasons are synchronizing with any of the retirement of the senior director or senior partner whose association may have been considerable bearing of the firm's success or not. Then you need to evaluate the record of capital employed and the rate of return. Compare the same with alternate business avenues of investments and evaluate the possibility of returns on a changed capital and organization structure. Moving on to, you need to evaluate the specialization, if any, attained by the firm in any of these activities. And then ascertain the manner of computation of goodwill, how goodwill is being computed in this present case on admission or as well as on retirement of any other company and partner. And finally, verify whether there is some kind of special clause existing in the partnership deed to allow the admission of the new partner in future, which may be specified on concession terms as well. So you need to evaluate all these steps one after the other while you are conducting an investigation on behalf of the incoming partner. The history, the provision of their partnership deed, scrutinize the profitability record, nature of partners' remuneration, asset and liability position that is currently going on in the company, position of all the orders that are available in hand at the right moment, position in the terms of loan finance, negative impact, quality of key personnel, contractual and legal obligations, offer of admission, synchronize the complete reasons, then capital employed, specialization, competition of goodwill, and finally special clause. I hope you guys got the complete clarity with respect to each and every learning point that I basically made you aware and understood with all of them. Perfect guys, with this I'll be just concluding my video with a dose of motivation, but before that, do remember you need to revise your topics because that is something essential and imperative in order to ensure that you guys don't flunk in your C.A Final examination in any way. Perfect guys, I'll be concluding my video with a dose of motivation, and that will be flaming enthusiasm backed by the horse sense and persistence is the quality that most frequently makes for success. Perfect guys, with this I'll say thank you on behalf of the Edipedia. While keep interacting by our questions, queries in YouTube comment boxes. I will love to answer each one of your queries and grievances. If in case you liked our video, do give us a thumbs up. We'll be glad to know that. Stay connected. That will help us in understanding and it's way better. Perfect guys, I'll see you with some of the fascinating and exciting topics in the next forthcoming presentations. Till then, stay tuned, stay aware with the kind of fact which is going on in the world. Till then, sayonara, God bless you, I love you, bye.